What's going on, guys? So we are actually out here at Firefly Resort in Corpus Christi, Texas. You probably remember this travel trailer. It's my good friend's, and this truck is also his. Beautiful Ram truck, and he's camping for the weekend, and yeah, he had a bit of a problem. So apparently his power converter went out because he called me and said he's getting no 12-volt, battery's dead, it's not recharging, and the only time he gets power to put his slides out and stuff like that is when he plugs into the 7-way connector on the back of his truck. So he called me and asked me just to help diagnose it, and I just told him, hey, I have an extra power converter, which I do, because you guys probably remember I did a whole video series on power converters and what they do, how they work, and if you need to upgrade or change to one. So I actually had a couple extra ones laying around, and I ran out here real quick, dropped them off a power converter. But let's talk about a few other things. Hang tight, I'll be right back. So this is also the RV that got the Advent air conditioning unit put on it in the front. It has its own power plug. Where did you run the power plug to? So it's actually ran off the back next to his other power plug. So that's really cool. So he's got two 30-amp power plugs, and then you got that splitter cable I told you about, right? The one that splits off to 230-amp. Oh, so you just run it to, so you're running it to over here. Oh, so you have an adapter to connect to a regular 110, and that's what's going in right there. Then you got another 110 below it. He's got his surge guard right there as well. So now he has two ACs running, and this really helped him with having that AC ran the way it's ran, because when his 12-volt went out, his thermostat also went out, and he can't actually turn on his main AC unit. So the Advent unit is what's cooling everything now. How's it been performing for you, man, overall?
Cool in the RV. Perfect.
Cool, and it's been working really, really well. It's a low-cost AC unit that you can pick up on eTrailer, my channel sponsor who sells it. I'll throw a link in the description. He had his frame, check this out, he had his frame completely refinished. They actually painted all of it. There was a lot of surface rust on it, and they went through it and they painted the whole frame and prepped it and undercoated it. So they did this whole thing for like 800 bucks. So if you have an RV and your frame is starting to get old, you're starting to see rust on it, it's not terribly expensive just to get all that fixed up and modified so you can have an RV that you really love. This is the RV he plans on keeping for a long time, and so far it's been a really, really good RV for him. A few minor things here and there, but he's addressed them and fixed them, and this is one of those scenarios where I think when you understand what you get into with RVing, and then you realize, you know, as long as you tackle the problems and you don't see everything as overwhelming, you want to keep it. So how long have you had this RV now?
We've had this one since 2021.
So you've had it for 4 years. How many miles roughly?
Oh, we've taken this to the Grand Canyon, to Florida, so this one's got more than 5,000 miles on it.
Okay. Any major issues?
It's been all small stuff, but one thing is things are always going to break. There's always going to require maintenance, and then part of us even doing this was to test the system to see before we take our Big Bend trip, to make sure everything was working properly, and this helped us to uncover problems that we would have been in a real bind had we been in Big Bend and found this out. Oh yeah, 12-volt system going out, converter going out, not a good thing. And again, he has this one, and this one's also lithium compatible. So whenever we do the big solar upgrade, aka future video, you won't have to change this one out with another one. This one actually is smart chemistry, and it figures out what type of battery you have, and it is capable of charging lithium batteries. So we'll be good with that one. And this is a 55 amp charger, which should be more than enough for what you need. He's just going to tie it in. So basically what I did is I took the converter I had, I simply wired two 4-gauge cables to it, power to ground, and I put little ring connectors on the other end, and he just needs to wire that into his battery, plug it in, and that will essentially bypass, or I guess not really bypass, but it will charge the battery in lieu of his current converter not working. And this will get his 12-volt up and running again, so his battery's charging and everything's in good shape. He bought a brand new deep cycle battery thinking that that might have been the issue, and it drained completely dead because it wasn't recharging, and he was asking me, does he need to replace it? No, not necessarily. When a battery's brand new, you have a few opportunities to kind of recharge it. It's when the battery starts getting older after 3 years and then it dies, it's never going to go anywhere near full capacity again. But it's good that you didn't spend money on a more expensive battery, because we're going to be doing a big lithium upgrade. He already has a 280 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery that's going to be going in here as part of the solar build that we'll be adding to it in a future video. You mind if we look at the toilet? Okay, so I'm going to respect some of his privacy here. This is the toilet that we featured a couple times now, and this was going to be added, but you can see how it's cornered. Porcelain Dometic toilet. This is a very, very popular toilet. And I got to ask you, kind of an odd question, but how's your prime pooping position doing?
It's a game changer, okay?
Is it really?
I'll spend 45 minutes to an hour in there now.
Versus?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? It sits up higher too, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
All right, more comfortable?
Oh, yeah.
All right, good deal. Good deal. Plenty of legroom. You can stretch out.
This is probably one of the best upgrades we've ever done on this RV. It's such a huge difference. And you don't think about that from going from the plastic toilet to a porcelain. Absolutely.
And you don't hear all that creaking when you sit down too, like you're about to break the thing.
Yep.
That's cool. Let's look at the AC. And here's the Advent AC that we added. It is like super comfortable in here. It feels really good with this one AC unit running. It's dumping a ton of air, and it is insanely humid outside too. So this is doing a good job. See the little ones in the bed sleeping still. Very, very cool. Okay, so we picked up an extension cord from the shop. We have it plugged in, fans running, and we already tested everything out. Lights coming on, we're not having any issues anymore, and he is getting power to everything he needs power to. Real quick, just to verify. Let's see, I don't know where all his light switches are, but his thermostat is now on again, and we got lights again, and his slide outs are working again. So we are in good shape. He is getting his battery charged. Thankfully that the outlet, the 110 outlet, is able to power the AC up there, which is connected to it. Plus, we're able to trickle charge the battery, which is exactly what we wanted. Very cool. Well, we're gonna wrap this video up. It was fun to come out here, fun to have an extra item that he needed for this to get him back up and running again, so he didn't have to basically cancel his trip, because that's what he was going to do. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. We'll talk to you again very soon.